Hello, welcome to the Daily Political Tarot Readings here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you so much for being here. This is my 1001 video on the channel, and thank you everybody for yesterday. You were so kind, and my heart is overflowing. My heart is not just full; it is overflowing. Thank you. So. I'm here 365 days of the year. It's downright relaxing compared to yesterday, but yesterday was so much fun. And I got to thank everyone who Johnny and Sheila and Sienna, who hung out the whole time, and Jenlyn and Lori, who dropped by briefly. Lori came in a little just after I got off the air. She couldn't come until then, but she did. And when she came, she had a party hat on and a little blower thing. It was very sweet. So Lori from the Way of Positive Change. All of these are wonderful, wonderful people. So, okay. Are we saying Bannon was arrested? What? Wait, what? Who? What? Huh? Who? Did I miss something? Yeeks. All right. If you're watching this on replay, hello. The questions are down in the description box right now. I've got most of your questions already down in the description box. When I'm done here, I go down and because I'll timestamp as I go, and so you can just click on the timestamps on any of the older videos, or anything on replay, and just go to what exactly you're interested in, and you don't have to listen to me jibber jab or anything like that. So that is in the description box. If you're watching on a TV, apparently it's very hard to get into the description box, but it is there. It is there. So let me see. 10% of all income that comes in the channel goes to feedingamerica.org, which supplies food to food banks across the country. And that's an ongoing thing. Thank you, guys. And we have Epic Troll Slayers, so thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Hello, Kevin. Could anybody go to a news search? Would you mind? And I'll get started on today's questions. Let us know. Did Bannon really get arrested? I didn't hear anything about that. It may have been a question somebody had. I don't know. But hello, Alicia. Hello, everybody. Hello, Sandra. Anyway, so let me jump into the first question. Oh, thank you. I'm really enjoying it. It's my favorite time of the year. The channel is named Black and Orange after the colors of Halloween, and I did take on the name Autumn for a name to use on this channel. So unfortunately, tomorrow, like for the next week, temperatures are going to spike back up, but it's beautiful today. I just opened the window. It's lovely. Okay. Thank you, guys. Oh, I'm glad you like the border. Oh, good. And we've got some matching nails. So, all right. So you guys, if anybody wouldn't mind seeing if there's any news on Bannon, I would really appreciate it. And I'm going to jump in with Nanette. Nanette has our first question. We're just about 4 minutes in, so I'll put 4:30 here. And what has become of the NRA trials? Good question. I have not heard. It sounds like it might even be more of a Google question than like there may be something more on Google. What they know than what I can, but we'll have a look. I'll see what's in the collective energy. Hello, Lynette. Hello. Oh, thank you, Sherry. Okay, and so Holly and Cece are both saying, and Lori, you're saying there's no news on Bannon arrest. Okay, so somebody was just asking. Okay, thank you, everybody. All right, so it's actually going to be more like 5. So what is what's going on? Has anybody heard anything about the NRA trials? Let me know. Let me know, please. Let's see. NRA. Oh, looks like Lynott has our 12th question for the day. If I can just find the right. Oh, there. All right, so I've got my 12 questions for today. And there's a question also I've got down in the description box down below, the normal questions. It's something about a serial killer. I don't usually read on serial killers. But it's down there if anybody thinks they have some information. So, all right, make it 6 minutes. Okay. Thank you, guys. So, the NRA, National Rifle Association, because we know it was Letitia James who was going after the NRA in New York State, and they tried to move to Texas, but that doesn't actually get them off the hook. And then, yeah, it just kind of fell out of National Rifle Association. It feels. Are we in one of those long delays between subpoenas and discovery and investigations and actual trial dates? Ace of Pentacles. Well, it's either big fines or it's the amount of money that they swindled, allegedly. Sandra, May 12th, NRA judge dismisses NRA bankruptcy case. Okay, so they can't get away from being held accountable. Good. Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. All right, NRA cases. August 2021, CC Rider sharing. New York Attorney General files amended complaint against the NRA, LaPierre, and others. Okay, well, we've got some worried people. Ooh, and there's evidence. And there's the 5 of Wands. There's the Devil. And the King of Pentacles. That feels like LaPierre right there. These guys are worried. These guys, it feels like they have reason to be worried. Ooh, boy. Oh, I'm sorry. Ed, I've got my 12 questions for today. Sorry. But I'm here 365 days of the year, and questions are first come, first serve. I'm here on my birthday. I'm here on your birthday, Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving. I'm here every single day of the year. So do share, because that's a good question. So do hopefully share that tomorrow, please. LaPierre's worried about money. He's yeah, the whole thing, this is heavy. It feels like heavy duty corruption. Entertainment only, just reading on collective energy, but this feels like heavy duty, and they're going to be in trouble. Oh my gosh. Oh, thank you. And through a colored lens storyteller. I like that. Kevin says Pepe Lapierre, the skunk. Pepe Lapierre, yeah. So, yeah. David suggesting they shorten the trial and go straight to sentencing. No. Holly and Francis, Lapierre's grift is going to end happy days. I feels like it. Ace of Cups. It's going to be all over the news again about the scale of the corruption. Thank you, guys. Page of Pentacles, Tower, Knight of Cups. They're trying to rebuild, but the corruption is just going to bury them. I wonder if wasn't there something about possible new laws where, oh no, it was in Mexico. Was it in Mexico? No. Where was it? Where they were going, gun manufacturers could be held liable for deaths. What was that came up? Because that last night of cups felt like gun rights activists. No, gun safety activists. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm trying to juggle way too much in my head right now. It was Mexico. Okay. Yeah, it was Mexico. Thank you. Yeah, this whole, I'm going to sneak my weapons off over here. The world is definitely changing, and this topic is changing. Gun rights, this whole thing is changing. And people who've been on this far right of all guns all the time, everywhere, they are going to end up in a very bad position. And yes, will there still be illegal guns? I'm sure. But, you know, there are so many people who die of gun violence in the United States. And if we didn't have people who had 30, 40, 50 guns, just like all over the place, who have multiple guns, you know, it probably wouldn't happen as much. I know, sounds too simple, but can't hurt to have fewer guns. That would be awesome. But anyway, sorry, something's gone wrong here. Hang on. What happened here? Oh, that's what happened. All right. Sorry. Vanity, thy name is Autumn. I gotta fix this. Something went horribly wrong with my lipstick. And the internet is forever. There. Okay. There we go. Now it won't bug me. So, K. Coop, I just finished writing my first fiction book and started the sequel. Congratulations! That is a life accomplishment. I mean, I remember when I finished writing my first fiction book. It's something you will carry with you for the rest of your life, and that is wonderful. I am so glad to hear that. So, yeah, and that's why I do the 4 o'clock. There's the noon political readings here, and then at 4 o'clock, from 4 to 6, we do 4 25-minute creative sprints. So bring your creative projects, and then we just encourage each other between the sprints, and I get nothing from it. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but the whole group have been talking about how they've been making progress on their projects and things just by coming and hanging out, and just like, oh, I'm here, I may as well work on this thing. And it can be embroidery, it can be painting, it can be writing, it can be anything. But congratulations, that's wonderful. Yes, that is true, Paula. Kevin Brazil does have a book. He is a sculptor, which is always impressive. So, all right. Oh, thank you, storyteller. Thank you. All right, so bye-bye, NRA. Let's see, what is number 2 on today's hit parade? Okay, Just Ann had a question, and we're coming to 15 here. Okay, so just Ann was asking, are the audits really about collecting voter data to manipulate future elections? Okay, let's have a look at that. Are the fraudits really about collecting voter data? Audits, are they really about collecting voter data? Well, it actually, they might try to do something with it, but it really feels like just trying to muddy the water. It's an authoritarian tactic. Thank you, guys. Why am I getting the white supremacy card? Oh, I don't like that. I hope that's just bringing things to light. I don't like the feel of that, but okay. The Fool, that would be Trump. Aw. Poor little Sniffy has his feelings hurt because he lost. Must do something to make the Führer happy. The ex-Führer, the wannabe Führer. Oh, the Republicans out in the cold, and this is all. Did you guys see Chris? I think it was Chris Hayes, who had a back and forth between listening to David Duke, former Grand High Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan. And the first time I voted against that scumbag. And the second time I voted, there was a runoff, and I voted against that scumbag again. I feel very proud of that. I'm glad I was there to take part in saying no. Once you've been in the Ku Klux Klan, once you've been a Grand High Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, you don't get to be in charge of anything. Scum. Anyway, back and forth, like David Duke back in the day, and then Tucker Carlson, what he's saying now. And it was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And if anything, Tucker was more overt in his racism. That people swarming the border, making our country dirtier. Wow. Okay. Anyway, this is what they're doing. This is fear of the other. And just stoking that fear. So I don't, if it's about manipulating, it feels more undermining than directly like messing with that information. CC Ryder says, I remember Manafort shared polling data on the 2016 election with Russian agent Konstantin Kilimnik. I am worried about this. Well, let me see. Maybe we'll throw more cards. B. Gray says, I think I've exhausted the meaning of wow by overuse. Yeah. Lovers being in the cult. On the defensive, magician. I'm just getting the wheel will turn. They're trying to stand up to change the elections. I'm getting things changing on the ground. I'm getting a mental image of standing on this as a big disc on the ground, and it shifts, and suddenly what you see, your whole perspective shifts. but it doesn't, like, some things are going to happen. Things are going to come out. We're going to be focused on other things. Are they gathering voter information? It's not, there might be some of that in there, but it's not overwhelming. That's not I mean, I'm just keep pulling cards and pulling cards. It's not what they're trying to do. They may even try to do it, although it may not work very well. But things are about to shift over this next year, between now and the next election. That's what I keep getting quite a bit. So, okay, so at 21, let's have a look at. Now, this I'm a little confused by. Robin was asking, did Jason Miller coordinate the Haitian migrant caravans? Who am I like, is there a player I've completely forgotten about? He was chief spokesman for the Donald Trump 2016 presidential campaign, senior advisor to the Trump 2020 re-election campaign. He was briefly detained in Brazil. Communication strategist. All right, let's have a look. All right, my goodness, it's getting dark. Why does it get so dark? I don't understand. All right, so this isn't hang from the rafters in the attic Stephen Miller. This is Jason Miller, different guy. So 22. And Jason Miller coordinate the Haitian migrant caravan. So trying to get them to come to the border? Is that the question? Jason Miller. Oh boy, we do go down in the muck, don't we? Angie's dad says, don't forget, Jason Miller started Getter. And he's a Holly and Francis saying he's a deadbeat dad for child support for a baby he fathered with a mistress. Oh, jeez, of course. See, this is what happens when you wear new lipstick. But anyway, to put pressure on Biden. All right, so the upshot seems to be Jason Miller is Trump communication guy, basic scumbag, is what it sounds like. And did he organize the Haitian migrants in order to put pressure on Biden? Look, I'm reading on the collective energy. Nothing I read here is 100% accurate. Doesn't work that way. Reading on the collective energy, see what we can pick up. So, and those who do not have these kinds of beliefs in the collective energy, then it's just entertainment. Seriously. And if these are your beliefs, then you know better than to be like, ah, yes, that must be it. No. So I'm saying that because because basically the first thing I'm picking up is he wouldn't organize Haitian migrants or some, and it's like those filthy people. The tower, he'd like that to be the Biden administration, but it's actually the Trump situation. Nine of Wands. America is being overrun. He wants to, this is insult to injury. This is not organization. This is taking a situation and trying to spin it to your own advantage. This isn't putting you in a grave. This is spitting on your grave. Does that make sense? Robin, the Haitians came from Brazil. Ah, okay. He wants them to be stopped at the border. They were using info from WhatsApp. Okay. I'm getting insult injury, not taking advantage of something that's already happening is what it feels like. Oh yeah, I mean, it was designed to forward the racist agenda, of course. They're all about the racist agenda. Dr. Carson may as well be wearing a white pointy hat every night, and not just because he's a dunce, which he is. It's a card of planning. 9 of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Star. Wow. This, look, I know that people talk a lot about fascism and comparisons to Hitler and what have you, but this has the energy of the people supporting Hitler before they really like starting the final solution, as they called it. Before that's this energy. I think it feels like they're taking advantage of the situation in a big way and just setting their own hair on fire. I'm not getting that they tried to get these people to the border. So Queen of Pentacles, Emperor. I'm starting to sink into the muck of their sense of superiority. I'm not going to read on this anymore. I'm going to go on to read on something else because it's just starting to sink into this quicksand of disgusting superiority. Get rid of the other. It just gross. So, okay, 28. Robin was asking, are the audits a way to get states to purchase new voting machines? Because they're pretty much going to have to. At least some of them are. Because all of the basically like what happened in, hello Kathy, hello, I hope you were well. All of the like what happened in Arizona. It messed up whatever machines there were. Robin asked specifically ones they can adjust. I would think. All right, so is the point to get states to buy new voting machines that can be manipulated? It's I wonder what's going on. I should have looked at the astrology this morning, but I ran out of time. There's a lot of this Pluto. There's a very strong Pluto feel to all of kind of what's happening now and what people are talking about. Who's got the power, who's trying to undermine power, possible authoritarianism, that sort of thing. And they're not going to succeed, just so you know. But there's a lot of stress about it right now. And Pluto isn't quite conjunct on the U.S. chart yet, so this is going to keep going for a while. So do make some tea, take a few breaths. be sure to look in the distance at some point. It's good to fight eye strain, but it also can help your brain relax for just a moment, because they are really they're trying to ramp us up. And the reason the rhetoric is becoming what it is, and people are starting to get more and more upset, is because January 6th committee is being successful. It's moving forward. It's Snarky is saying Mars is in Libra. Uranus O, world axis at 15 Taurus. I don't know what that. I know Mars in Libra is, but okay, this could be this can be messing with boats. Yeah. Four of Cups. We're not going to do your whole democracy thing anymore. Hierophant. Seven of Wands. Magician. Wheel of Fortune. This energy is just... This energy is nasty. And right now it's feeling energy's feeling nasty, and right now it feels like it's like walking into a room where everybody's running around being really, really, really upset. And it's like, okay, do I really want to be upset like they are? Or do I want to contact my representatives, keep an eye on the news, but make sure I don't get... What just happened? Sorry, my computer just gave me a black screen and came back. I don't know what that was. Anyway. And there's this again. All right. Are they going to try it? They could try to mess with the votes, but it doesn't feel like there's... And I'm not getting that. There's some... Okay, what is this? We need to know what this is. What is this Wheel of Fortune? Because something is coming that's going to change our perspective. It's going to change the calculus of everything. It's not even just, oh, we look at things a little differently. No, this is a whole, like, this is a ground shift. Mercury in retrograde. Yep, that's what starts day after tomorrow. Right now we're in shadow, so Mercury is nearly stationary. So what's going on with this Wheel of Fortune? Okay, 3330. What big thing is coming that is going to shift the ground politically? All right, so look at that. I'm going to put this Wheel of Fortune back in the deck. Let me see if I can get this energy. All right. What? You guys, it's coming up. What's going on? Tell me about what big shift, change. What is about to shift things politically? Sorry if I'm not looking at the chat. I'm really trying to find this energy. Well, it's the far right on the defensive. Okay, I'm just going to take these as clues. Ed saying White House releasing info on Trump. Could be it. Okay, there's a decision. Could be illegal, but it's a decision. Oh, there's my Wheel of Fortune. Put it back in the deck and it just pops right back out. Sitting pretty. Not sitting pretty. Thought you were sitting pretty. Not sitting pretty. The work that was done. You may be onto something there, Ed. You may be onto something there. They think they're sitting pretty. They're not. The decision that shifts everything. Okay, so what's this? 36. Let's look at it from the other way. 36. White House releasing Trump info on January 6th. The description's too long. So I gotta go down here and get rid of this. So we've got space. Okay. Biden has said he will release info. Yeah, but he's not going to allow Trump to hide behind executive privilege. It's like, no, I'm the executive. And what you did was sedition. Okay, so the White House releasing information on Trump and his people around January 6th. Is that going to be a game changer? Is that going to shift things? White House releasing information. And that absolutely buries any kind of court case Trump tries to pull about executive privilege or some of his people. Like, no, you can't call for executive privilege. You're not the executive. And the executive is there. Yeah, he's given us all this information. Matter of fact, I think it was someone on the committee. I can't remember the name. I'm so sorry. I can't remember the guy's name. But he was saying that the people have been subpoenaed and people are asking, will they plead the fifth? Will they do this? Will they do that? And he's like, they need to worry about information we already have about them. Oh, really? Oh, really? What, do tell. So is the White House releasing this information? Game changer. It wasn't Adam Schiff. It was somebody else. Dark hair. Can't remember. Okay, that's January 6th. That's the insurrection. That's all the stuff that came and happened and okay. 10 of Swords. Tower. Ooh, Biden's mad. King of Pentacles. 5 of Pentacles. 3 of Wands. Jamie Raskin, that was it. Thank you, M. Kelby. I appreciate it. And Jane, thank you. Oh, and Gary, yes. Jamie Raskin, thank you. Thank you. Oh, and Celestial Lightworker, thank you, guys. Oh my gosh. I don't want to repeat what Bannon said the day before the insurrection, talking about getting rid of the Biden presidency. But that's what they tried, and Biden is furious. And Trump and his people think, well, we're just all fat and happy here because we're Republicans and we have the power and we do what we want. It's like, oh no, you're about to learn how much power you currently have. And it may be close in Congress for votes, but you don't have power here. And some of these people were actively, it feels like some of these people were actively working on organizing. Actively organizing, and they don't have no power. So, Pamela says, watch out when you make a Scorpio angry. Smart Scorpios are very hard to make angry, but when you do, yeah. Yeah, Gary, I wasn't going to say that. B. Grace says something about in California they wouldn't get by with that marriage license thing here. I don't know what that's about. CC Ryder says Schiff said on MSNBC they issued subpoenas now because they know the court fight will take about 5 months and they will proceed in parallel. Oh, nay. Oh, Trump is not. His people, they're not getting away with this. The energy I get from this select committee is exactly the energy I wish I felt all over the government towards Trump and his ilk. Page of Sword, the big bully, we do what we want, we insult whoever we want. No, you don't. Not anymore. I don't know if this is going to be the big game changer, but it's going to make a difference. Oh, it's a side conversation. Okay. Hello, Love Jaloo. All right. Why am I pulling through more cards? I don't know. Looking very, 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 very carefully. They're fighting for the country. They're fighting for the country. And they're going to show judgment. There's no quarter here. They're going to give no quarter here. So, and it's going to be fact-based. Imagine that. Crazy concept. All right, at 43, we are on to Hippie Sue's question. Just going to do 3 cards on this. Is Elaine going to take down Mitch? Is Elaine Chao, going to take down her actions and whatnot? Is she going to take down Mitch McConnell? Huh, odd. This is one of the first times I've ever felt that she actually really loves her husband. I don't normally, that's normally not in her energy. I think he's very, very ill. And she's very worried. So is the Elaine Chao stuff, alleged stuff, is that going to take down Mitch McConnell? Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, insult to injury. She's going to, there's some stuff that's going to come out about her. Ed says it gave me shivers. Colleen says it gave me goosebumps. About the end of the last reading? But this is her getting into trouble. but it's part of an aggressive ethics, or it's law enforcement, but it could be hearings, committee hearings, ethics, the oversight people, and a bigger thing. And she gets in trouble, but it doesn't feel like Hippie Sue says, wow, I'm surprised she cares after not helping him when he fell. It surprised me too, because I don't normally get that. It surprises me the people I read on which ones I get a sudden strong feeling of how much they love their spouse. I always get it with Bob Mueller. Always. It's right there. The Obamas, no question. The Bidens, no question. Roger Stone. I don't know. It isn't I don't know. I wouldn't want his kind of love, but he loves his wife. Absolutely. It's toxic. But, oh, Floating Lotus, you have a Zoom call in 3 minutes. Good luck. Good luck. Love to Autumn and the fur babies. Scritches for all. Oh, the kitten. Strength. I get the sense that he's ill. 4 of Wands, Ace of Wands, 8 of Swords. She's gonna have some legal problems because of things she did while she was secretary. But I'm not getting anything about Mitch other than she's worried about him. And she has more time to worry about him these days. That's all I got. So at 47:30, is Mary going to take down Donny? We always talked about the possibility of a woman taking down Trump. Could be multiple women, but all right, Mary Trump. Or are you going to take down your uncle? Your mad uncle. Chao is on the Kroger board, M. Kelpie saying. Thank you for that. King of Wands, that's Trump the man. That's Trump the uncle. Chris Wickens is saying Lady Justice is going to take down Sniffy along with other women. Makes sense. True, Nanette. Cheney may bring down Trump. 6 of Wands, Ace of Swords, Knight of Swords, King of Pentacles, Page of Cups. You would think somebody, Trump namely, who is so focused on speaking to the public image, public this, public that, being in the spotlight, that he would understand that he's so losing the PR war, and that his niece over here, who doesn't have the resources he's had, who doesn't have she's winning. He thinks he won. He thinks he got away with it, that he got away with all that money. He's in for a heck of a legal fight to try and keep that money, let alone get more. And she's not the biggest there, but she feels very, very strong. And she doesn't have the think decent people have a natural, we live in civilization. We want to live in civilization. So, we're willing to give some deference to some people who may not necessarily deserve it. But be respectful to your elders and people in who've got certain positions. Just be basically respectful. And she has none of that with him because he's their uncle. And she's a psychologist. I mean, that's her thing. Justice. It feels, I could be wrong, but it feels, I'm getting a mental image. You guys remember in the first Avengers movie, the Hulk, when he grabbed Loki? It's wham, 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 wham. It feels like that's what she's going to do with him, legally. 10 of Cups, that's the family. Erica, High Priestess, Temperance, 6 of Cups. Yeah, and there's no place for him in this future and in this better place, this better world. There's no place for Trump. 3 major arcana of strong women. Well, they're strong women, Temperance, which is an androgynous figure. Yeah, I don't know if she's the person to bring him down, but it's not going to help him. I always feel bad now using the OK symbol because it's like, is somebody going to think I'm trying to throw some disgusting like white power sign or something? Because there's no way on this face of this earth I would do that. And OK is a very useful little hand symbol thing. So, sorry, the light's getting kind of crazy. So we're just going to do this. Okay. All right. Good. All right. We're at 52 and a half. 52:30. Okay. Rhonda was asking, will American lawmakers ever stop seeing the poor people of America as less than? So look at this. Okay. She's in sign language. Cool. American lawmakers, please. They're your constituents. Lawmakers ever stop seeing the poor as less than? The energy is yes and no. Let's see. 8 of at some point, we're going to sort out voting rights. And a lot of politicians are going to learn once people are more active, more easily able to vote, are voting more often, that you can't ignore those who are not your donors because they will toss you out on your ear. Knight of Cups, Queen of Swords, Death card, big change. It's the death of this patriarchy. Change in laws, Democrats fighting for voting rights. This is a change in laws eventually. I don't know when, though. That's the problem. But this is a death of the patriarchy, the way things, where it's all above bludgeoning, that whole status thing, and we're above and we're better, and yeah, that's that. The end of that is coming, but it's going to take a while. I mean, think let's watch it over the next like 3 decades. I mean, I wish I had better news, but things are moving in the right direction. It's just slow. Okie doke. Oh, Sandy's saying my son's bringing the grandbabies over soon. I'm so excited. Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, I'd like to hear that. Okay. At 55:30, I had a couple of questions, so we're going to go over those. 2 questions. The first one was, Schiff was saying he thinks it'll take about 5 months for the courts to, if we're objections to the subpoenas and what not to go to the court through the courts. But I want to know, will the courts delay the January 6th Select Committee proceedings? Will they actually really delay the proceedings significantly? Not like just like by 1 week. I mean, like significantly delay the committee. Will all of this stuff going to the courts and going through the courts and going to appeals and climbing up and blah, 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 blah. And I hope transparency is coming to our elections. That would make me very happy. Courts. Are the courts going to delay the January 6th Select Committee? Star. Doesn't feel like it. That's very. It's time we clear the air. We're gonna have clear air. We're going to. We're gonna sort things out. I know most readers say that the Sun card is like the best card in the deck you can get. Or certainly they like the Sun card better than the Star card. But for some reason, there's something about the Star card for me. It's one of my favorite cards. There's this wonderful, like, crisp, fresh air aspect to it often. But anyway. All right, 4 of Pentacles, King of Swords. Now, if they're going to the courts, they're going with their hats in their hands. There's that Wheel of Fortune again. Communications. Oh, the Select Committee, they already have a ton of information. They have a ton of information they can use. Yeah. The courts aren't going to stop them because, I mean, they want testimony. They want to get to the bottom of things, but they have so much already. And again, we're at that Wheel of Fortune. The ground in Washington, D.C., the ground politically, it's going to shift in a big way. That's what I'm getting. All right, 59. And my other question was, will the DOJ bring criminal charges against those who fail to comply with the January 6th Select Committee? And I could be wrong on this, but I thought someone said that the DOJ hasn't brought criminal charges against people failing to comply with the Select Committee since like the 1930s. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. But I just want to know, will the DOJ bring criminal charges against those who fail to comply with the January 6th Select Committee? DOJ, will you bring charges against people who fail to comply with the January 6th Select Committee? Wheel of Justice, Kathy, yes. Burden, ton of information. They can prove it. People are lying. Chariot. 6 of Cups. King of Wands. Ooh, card fell. I'll have to go get it. Ace of Pentacles. Hold, please. Talk amongst yourselves. Okay. Fall of the Dynasty. If the DOJ, if anybody's going to be raising a huge, basically the biggest stink is going to come from Trump himself, who's also going to have some other things he needs to worry about. But the select committee, they're not stopping for nobody. And they're working together. They're actively working together. It's Trump himself who may be the problem. So will the DOJ bring charges against Donald Trump for non-compliance, for failing to comply with the January 6th committee? That would be historic. DOJ bring charges against Trump. Sorry, one. Just make a quick note there. It would help if I got the time right. Okay. Will the DOJ bring charges against Trump for failing to comply with the January 6th Select Committee? He doesn't have a leg to stand on. He doesn't have a leg to stand on. But that doesn't mean, when has reality ever stopped Trump? Thank you, Colleen. That is very sweet. Thank you. Well, thank you, Julie. Ace of Swords, King of Pentacles, 8 of Cups. They have the evidence. There's the Star card. Page of Pentacles. They're going to be threatening some people. There's already a lot of evidence, knocking them down to size. It feels like it could get to some serious heavy-duty threats, like this is what's coming, which knocks the people who think they're perfectly safe, perfectly important, it knocks them down to size. You don't have power here. And you can blame Trump and all of these Trump followers for the whole insurrection, and you can blame McCarthy for trying to play games with who would go on the select committee. So there is no one. There is no Trumper on the select committee. So, yes, Kathy, put Trump in the hot seat. Oh, Nene says that is why the Star has major energy. Criminal contempt, Kevin. Yeah. Yep. All right, 104. Janelle had a question. A very good question. Are normal elections where the loser concedes, is that gone forever? Kind of sad that we have to ask that, but we do. We do have to ask that. The normal, I lost, I shall concede. I shall fight again in a future election. Is that history? Well, you know what Trump said, and I don't think it was a slip of the tongue at all. I think anybody saying it was, it hasn't been paying attention, where he said, well, we just get rid of the ballots and there won't be any problem. There won't be a change of powers, and so there won't be any problem. We'll just get rid of ballots. He wasn't kidding. He says the dark, horrible stuff out loud. 7 of Cups. Three of Cups. 7 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles. King of Pentacles. Empress. This speaks to the desperation of the Republicans. Democrats keep winning elections. Republicans, they're like, but we have all this money we raised, and we have our candidates, and you're just not winning because America doesn't like your policies. And the more desperate they get, the more they're not willing to say, gosh, maybe we shouldn't have a policy of cruelty and hurting people. And maybe if we get in power, we should govern. Oh, it's true, Linda. Questioning elections is not new. It's just this whole level. So we'll get to reality for a while, but right now there's just when you've got one party who's just got their head in the sand and they're just getting more and more desperate. Okay, we actually have a question about Mueller from CC Ryder. 07. Does Mueller feel remorse for not aggressively going after 45 now that he sees how dangerous he is to democracy? I haven't read on Mueller in a long time. Bob Mueller. Sorry to bother you. Question. Do you regret not going after Trump more aggressively? Now that you know what you hindsight being 2020? It feels like he's saying, I left a blueprint for them to follow. If the Democrats were back in power, I left it all there for them to follow. And all that information he was getting about Trump's finances and what have you, he was giving to the FBI like he was told to do. And there should have been someone at the FBI taking that information and doing something with it rather than the DOJ squashing it. Bob Mueller, do you regret not going after Trump more aggressively? And thank you for your service, sir. He's a good guy. We wouldn't be friends. I mean, no patience with any of this. But and I would find him stiff. But he's a good guy. He cares about the country. He cares about decency. 9 of Wands. 6 of Pentacles. 3 of Swords. Tower. King of Pentacles. He was hemmed in. He was hemmed in, and he made certain that he feels like he made certain that things were in place that people who came later could act on. Now the question is, are they going to? Now I'm curious. 110. Is Trump going to charges against? Are there going to be charges against Trump for? Are there going to be charges? Actually, is Trump going to be convicted on obstruction of justice and other Mueller crimes, Mueller stuff? Because I don't know what to put right now. Okay, we're at 111 actually now. Is Trump going to be convicted with obstruction and whatnot, like the Mueller report and all of that just laid it all out? Yes, Marilyn, thank you. So is Trump going to be convicted of obstruction of justice? Charge convicted, obstruction of justice. You fired the person investigating you, which is a big oh nay. It's a big no. Card for America bounty. Okay. Yeah, for the good of the country. So this does not happen again. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Cups. Knight of Cups. Star. Justice. I think Trump thought he could just blow over the little people. But there's enough backing behind the Democratic Knight protecting the realm. These people, there's enough power behind them to move them forward so that there will be clear justice. I like it. Michael Grant is saying, I do not know the full pros and cons related to the Electoral College, and my brain immediately said, it's a con. Got it half right. Trump, obstruction of justice. A Democratic administration. Oh, this is movement from the. There was disappointment. Democrats being disappointed that nothing happened, but there's partnership here. This is the Biden or Democratic administration moving forward. Yeah, I like it. All right, 114:30. Lynette had a question. Will Marjorie Taylor Greene face consequences for her abuse of Debbie Dingell on the Capitol steps yesterday? So it's like, what did she do now? Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, Debbie Dingell, get into a shouting match on the steps. Dingell fundraises off of the Green altercation. It's just saying it was a shouting match. I don't know if you guys know more than I do, or is there something about this I'm missing? Green heckles Democrats. Okay. The news is just saying there was a yes, Sabine. It says it was just a well, she faced consequences. Marjorie Trader Green, will you face consequences for the shouting? That's what she does. She's a troll. She looks like a troll. She acts like a troll. She walks like a troll. She trolls like a troll. She's a troll. Heckler. Trying to create a vision, and then you get this black figure in black. Trying to mess it up. Knight of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Hanged Man. Something's coming for her. I'm not saying Marjorie Trader Green was acting like a bully as usual. Yeah. But something's going to happen to her. Something here gets suspended. But I don't feel like I've got the energy right now to read on her. So we should maybe look at her tomorrow. You guys remind me. We'll have a look at her because she's getting this hangman. She may get some minor sanction, but that is a major arcana card. Yeah, but her doing that. Day ending in Y. Jalesia says that Marjorie Trader Green's chief of staff just quit. Can you read on why? I can tomorrow. I'm getting a bit tired, I'm afraid. And I've read on 14 or 15 questions, so we could look at it tomorrow. Just let me just throw it into tomorrow's chat and add it to the list. It's a big day here tonight. Well, basically, that's going to do it for me for questions for today here. So that was the noon live stream here in Chicago at 4 o'clock from 4 to 6. I'll be over on the Book Art Media channel doing creative sprints. Bring your creative projects over and let us just encourage you. And then to this evening from 8 to 10 p.m. is the monthly patron social. Over on Patreon. It's for all tiers and just a smaller group of us. We get together. It's from 8 to 10, and bring your questions. If they aren't too dark, we read on them. But we also read on funny things, and we talk about spirituality, and it is a lot of fun. And I get to read on things I don't normally get to read on, and it's usually the energy is really positive. So that's tonight from 8 to 10 for long-suffering patrons. Yeah, but other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow because I'm here 365 days of the year. You can't get rid of me. Try as you might. All right. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And there are good days ahead. There are good days ahead. There really are. All right. And I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.